Welcome back to The Gist. This week, we look at touch, the last of the five senses we've been exploring. Some of our senses can be more easily impacted. We might lose our sight or hearing with age. We might get sick and not be able to smell or taste as well. But touch is the one sense that's very difficult to lose. Almost everyone can either touch or be touched throughout their lives. In his book, Coming to Our Senses, John Kabat Zinn talks about the importance of touch in human development. It's well documented that babies and children benefit enormously from being cradled, caressed, and playing physically with caregivers or other children. When babies are nursed by their mothers and held close by loving adults, their brains and bodies develop well. Sadly, children who face neglect or isolation for prolonged periods without human interaction can suffer developmental setbacks. But John points out how touch is important throughout our lives. As adults, we continue to need and want physical affection. Touch is also a way we communicate comfort and familiarity and safety with one another. We generally only get physically close enough to those people or animals that we trust. Touch also plays an important role in healing, whether it's helping someone who's physically sick, supporting an aging loved one, or attending to someone who's feeling mentally or emotionally down. Touch can convey love and reassurance in ways that even sight and sound can't. Just holding someone's hand when they're down communicates so much and can have deep, profoundly healing biochemical effects. But equally, touch may create negative feelings, especially if it's unwelcome or inappropriate. It can cause physical pain if we're touched harshly or beaten, or cause emotional trauma if touch creates feelings of shame and anger, making us want to recoil or defend ourselves in some manner. So just as loving touch can have long-term benefits, being touched in unwanted ways, where our bodily sovereignty feels somehow violated, can be very damaging to our human psyche. So such is the power of this particular sense. Closely related to the sense of touch is also proprioception, which John explains as the sense of knowing where the body is spatially. So this means that at any given moment, most of us know where our nose, our hands, our feet are without touching those body parts or without those body parts actively touching anything else. So proprioception is so innate that we rarely think about it or acknowledge that it exists, but it plays a key function in operating in the world. Beyond external touch, John also talks about how our skin and our bodies are in constant interplay with our surroundings, how our bodies are always moving in air. But unlike swimming in water, we may be unaware of the air most of the time, but we're forever immersed in it and breathing it in and out. Our skin is also our largest organ, protecting us and providing us with an interface to textures and temperatures. We all know the feeling of a soft, warm blanket, a cold burst of fresh water, a breeze blowing over us on an autumn walk. Our most sensitive areas, which are usually our lips, our fingertips, and our feet, are constantly sending us information about whether things are safe to touch, too hot, too cold, too rough, too prickly. Our skin is forever changing as well throughout our years, from tender newborn skin to fresh youthful skin to the softer, wrinkled skin of our later years. All beautiful in their own ways at each stage. So this week, let's take a little time out to notice how we touch and are touched by others, our family members, our pets, our plants, even all the inanimate objects we handle throughout the day. Is our touch automatic and thoughtless, or intentional and mindful? Are we sensing all the many ways the air, fabrics and furniture surround us and interact with our bodies. The textures and temperatures of daily life that go so easily unnoticed. And perhaps we can take a little better care of our bodies, our skin, that works so hard for us throughout our lives. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead as you reflect on this powerful sense we call touch. And see you next week, where we bring all our senses together.